Alright, so part 2 of users here. Let's see what we've done so far. I've added all the users. You'll notice I kind of did it how I would do it, where I made everyone in the office, so it's 101, 102. The sales guys, I made them like 201, 202, 203. As we progress here, I'm going to pretend that one of them is not in the office. He's on the road, so he's not even going to get a phone. He's going to sign into the app. It's got the boardroom there. There's 301 and the warehouse in the back, 401. So if we need to assign somebody a phone, here's how we're going to do it. Oops, unassigned. And we'll send this one to the boardroom. So pretty simple here. I can rename it boardroom. You always want to give the phone a nickname. It's just easier to find it later. If you're going to use it for a call flip, or you're going to send it to someone else's phones, or if a user has multiple phones, you're going to want to know which one's which. So it's just easier to nickname the phone, something you won't forget. Set up and assign. And I was going to say boardroom. Yes, boardroom. And we'll just pick an address. Done. You can hit new if you want to add a different address. These phones can be plugged in anywhere, so someone can be plugging this into their house. So just make sure and have the correct address there. And we're done. We'll hit save. Okay, so now the phone is nicknamed boardroom. It's attached to the boardroom. If these phones were all the same and all sitting brand new in a box, like it is going to be on every install, this is how you're going to find it. I know it's a serial number, but it's actually a MAC address. So you're going to look at all the MAC address labels of the phones. Usually the last 3 or 4 digits is all you need to look at, and you're going to see, okay, the one that ends in B38C, that's going to be the boardroom phone. So it just helps you for placing the phones around the office for unboxing and plugging it. If the emergency address did not save, just double check it, edit it now. If you do not have an emergency address saved, you will get a recording in the phone if you try and call out that just says, please set an emergency address. You will not be able to make calls until you do so. Okay, so go back to users here. A couple other settings we can do with the users. You can go through them one at a time, which you're going to have to do with the admin, so I'll show you that now. If you make any templates, they will not apply to an admin. You cannot select them when applying templates or anything. So we'll do the basic changes that I always make. Okay, we're going to, yep, someone's already done it, right? So disable the connecting message. Audio while connecting, we're going to edit that and make it say ringtones. The reason why is by default this connecting message will be on, and it will just say please hold or try to connect you, and go right into awful hold music. So we're just going to say no and just ring like a normal phone. Okay, the next thing we're going to check is that user's call handling. Okay, they only have the one phone assigned to them, so right now that phone is ringing 4 times. That's fine. If they want to add another phone, they can use these pre-filled out ones, or they can hit add call forwarding phone. You can add as many times as you want here. You could give the phone a unique name, so I'll name it phone 1. I'll put a fake number in there. And I'll do another one named phone 2. Okay. So you'll notice that this guy now has his calls sequential. Okay. You can have a choice of simultaneous. We'll just ring everything that's on the list, or sequentially. If it's sequential, you can drag and drop anything you want to the top or the middle, whatever you like. Don't forget though that you cannot move the app. If you have the app's calls on, it will always ring the app first. This switch right here means that as long as if it's turned off, if no one's logged into the app, it will skip that and it'll just start ringing right here right away. If that is turned on, it will try the app first for 30 seconds before it continues on. So you usually don't ever want that clicked. If I want 2 phones to ring together, maybe I want these 2 fake phones here to ring, so I'll click on these 2 guys here and I'll make them a ring group. It's going to treat them like one phone, even in a sequential series. So in this case, if someone's logged into the app, it will try that. We make them 4 rings. Okay. If no one answers the app, then it will try these 2 phones together, and then that reception phone singularly, or we can do it in that direction. Turn that off. So it is infinitely customizable. Okay. And it's saved for now. Once you have a phone in here, it can be any phone. So if I type in a mobile number in here, And since I hit save, it's going to turn the calls on to it, so we're going to quickly turn them back off, and I'll show you a little trick here. You'll notice the calls are turned off to it, but that number's still in that list, which means I can use it as a call flip. Oops, there's going to be settings. And call flip. So if I'm on one of my phones and I want to send it to my mobile phone, at this point it'd be *4, but I can make that any number I want. So if I drag that to 7, for example. If I'm on my desk phone and I want to continue my call, but I've got to go somewhere or walk to the back to check something, I can press *7. It routes that call right to my cell phone. I pick it up, hang up my desk phone, and continue on with my conversation. Okay, so I hit save. Also in the hours here, you can forward it to other people's phones. Like I said, there's a good reason why you're going to nickname the phone, okay? Because the boardroom might have more than one phone, or the warehouse might have more than one phone. So you're going to want to make sure you know exactly which one you're also adding to your call handling. Okay, unless we have the boardroom phone there too. You can turn the calls off for now. Yeah, and you'll notice some of them won't stay, like those boardroom phones. It's generally these ones that you fill out that will stay there even if you turn the calls off, so you can use them for a call flip. Okay. Next for users, the after hours. So they will, this user already has their hours set. Okay, right by default it'll send them right to voicemail. However, you can say forward calls and set up a totally different set of call handling rules. Maybe this guy's I did a 24-hour plumbing company, and after hours he wants his mobile phone to ring. Okay, so we can do that and save. Okay, or maybe during the day you have it ringing his desk and his cell phone, and after hours just the desk, not the cell phone, because he doesn't want to be bugged after hours. So it's just dependent on what they want. Okay, each user can go back and change theirs specifically, or the admin can do it for them without affecting everybody else. Usually you don't have to make custom rules. There's not really that much of a reason for it. It should be it in this. Okay, and then for their messages for each user, whether or not you take messages, so you can just say, no, I don't even take messages, so you get a greeting and goodbye, that's it. Or, yes, you take messages. The default one is actually not terrible, so it'll say your call's been forwarded to the voicemail or for receptionist Telus in this case. To record your own, simply make that custom, have it call you at any phone number. You can type in a new number, whatever number you want to, so it could be a desk phone, it could be somebody's cell phone, whatever you like. Don't use the computer microphone unless you have a dedicated one, okay? Otherwise it's going to sound terrible. For importing, it has to be WAV or MP3, which is kind of annoying because everyone's voice recording software on their phones is now MP4, and I don't think anything records in WAV, so what you'd have to do is download an MP3 recording app. So not too hard, but just a little bit of one extra step. So the easiest way is just the phone. Have it call them, press 1 to start recording, pound to stop, and then make sure it's okay, hit save, that's it. If you like the default but you don't like how it's saying your name, or maybe the name is not what you want people to see, maybe you have the name here easy to remember for you, but you want a specific person's name, you obviously don't want to say receptionist, maybe you wanted to say, I don't know, Susie or something. You would edit the username under their details, and you can change just the name, okay? Or you can record your own. Okay, and then it's the same exact process, have it call you whatever phone you like, okay, and then just when it says record, that's it, just say Susie, save, done, okay. Also in their user details, this is where you get to change everything, so you can change their mobile number, any contact numbers, any one of their email addresses here. As the admin, you can change anybody's password, PIN, or security question. Now I know it says here change password, but when that window pops up and you have the admin password, that's where you get the option, change password, PIN, or security question. If you change anything to do with the admin, as soon as you hit save, it's going to log you out and force you to log back in. But if you're just doing a regular user, you can change all their stuff without having to constantly log in and out. This is also where you check the user's hours. Because right now they have custom hours, so we can edit that. Okay, and they're from 8 to 4, Monday to Friday. Okay, let's maybe, I want it 8 to 3, and you can apply to every day. You can turn the days off if you want. You can customize any day you want to after that. So I can make, maybe there's some days are 12 to 5 or to 12:15. Cancel that for now. That's it for monkeying around with the users. The last step is we'll make a template. So we're going to go to user settings. I've already made one here called general settings, but I'll quickly delete all these here. Okay, one. So this is where I've changed all those exact same things I was doing before. So I turn out that awful connecting message. Make it ring just like a normal phone if you're calling somebody. Okay, and just leave hold music. You can edit the hold music if you want. You do have to click override on any changes you're making, or it won't override that user settings if they've done anything. So we're going to override those settings. We're going to save on that section. Move on to call handling. In this case, because we're going to have a few people who are going to use their mobile apps, we're going to ignore this. We won't bother monkeying with that for everybody, but we will check their outbound here. Their caller ID, we're going to tell everybody to show the same number when they call out. By default, it's the 1-800 number, which is, I've never had anybody want to show that. So we're going to pick, it has to be a company number, so a number that's assigned to the auto receptionist. So we'll just pretend here that the 5010 number is the number that they have on all their letterheads and all that stuff. So we'll say from the app and from any phones, it's the 5010 number. Done. And don't forget override, save. Okay, once we have our nice template, we can go back to the user list. And remember, we can click on everybody except the receptionist because she's the super admin here, so not going to check for us, but we can apply a template. We can apply the general template. Multiple users, that's fine. We do not need to notify them. We're in charge here, we're doing it all. It takes it a few seconds per user to pound through it, so if you have like 100 users, it's going to take a few minutes to run through, but it's not too bad. There you go. Now we can check any one of them here, so I can click on the boardroom, and you can see those screen green, hold music, that kind of stuff is all updated to what I told it to be. Okay, so that's it for users 2.